previous classes, I have told about the syllabus of English text. As time is too short, we have to deal with the syllabus only. First thing, I want to teach you about the chapter, The Gentleman of Jungle. I hope all of you are having a textbook in front of you, as it is instructed by me in my previous class. I'll start this chapter. The Gentleman of Jungle is totally considered as a political satire. In this, we have to study about the colonization, African people mentality, and European rulers, and about the European ruling capacity. Now, I want to say that I want to give you a picture about what is colonization first. Britishers who came out of their country in the name of trade went on conquering one after the other countries. When they came under their total control, then they started ruling it by imposing their own ideas, their own culture, their own language, and their own social systems and customs on the colonized places. In the same way, when they colonized Africa, they all started ruling Africans recklessly. They had that mentality in them that all other country people are all uneducated, illiterate, and they gave a picture to their own country that they are educating, they are socially improving the people of the countries, which provinces which they have conquered. But the people of those political provinces, people of those particular areas, they started hating these rulers. Here, in this Gentleman of Jungle, the African writer Imo Kenyatta, he has given a story named Gentleman of Jungle. Here he dealt with the animal characters. What he said here, almost all animals, whoever he has mentioned here, whichever he has mentioned here, are all represented as British rulers. And he has taken one human being here, and that human being is a representation of African innocent people. He had a tactics of telling the stories by characterizing the animals. And in this Gentleman of Jungle, when he started telling about an innocent man who had a small hut at the edge of the forest. This person was living his life very peacefully in his small hut. But one day when thunderstorm broke out, a elephant, saying it is a friend of a man, it has come to seek the help of man in a very humble and requesting way. What did this animal say? This elephant said to man to provide him a little place to help him for getting shelter from the thunderstorm and rain. He said that it wants to seek protection for its trunk. He wants to keep his trunk inside the hut to protect it from the heavy rain. Innocent man, unknowingly, very happily allowed the elephant to keep its trunk inside the hut. But this elephant, it said that you have done me a good deed, and one day I shall return your kindness. So elephant is telling to man that man has helped him a lot, and moreover, he is also ready to help the man if he needs at any time in his life. So, the man seeking with what situation his friend was, he replied, "My dear good elephant, my hut is very small, but there is a room for your trunk and myself. Please put your trunk in gently." So he requested the elephant to put its trunk inside very gently. The elephant agreed, it thanked his friend, and it said he is going to repay his help one or the other day. But what followed, as soon as the elephant put his trunk inside the hut, slowly he pushed the head inside and finally flung the man out of it. So when man allowed, elephant took it for granted. He slowly started pushing its trunk inside the hut. Then, step by step, it entered whole body into the hut. When its whole body entered the hut, automatically it pushed the man out of the hut. So man became very sorrowful for this action of the elephant. He got very angry. He started telling the elephant, he started grumbling against the action of elephant. But now suddenly elephant turned totally. It said, "It's the fault of man, it's not his fault." What did it say? "My dear good friend, your skin is harder than mine, and there is not enough room for both of us. You can afford to remain in the rain while I am protecting my delicate skin from hailstorm." See how he is telling? He is telling to the man that man's skin is harder than elephant's skin. Do you agree for this point? As all of us know that man's skin is delicate, whereas elephant's skin is harder than man's. But he said here vice versa. He said that elephant's skin is delicate and man's skin is harder than elephant's, and he can afford to stay in the rain. Really, this is impossible. Reality is entirely different thing. But elephant took a chance and it started telling a man to go outside while I am protecting my delicate skin from the hailstorm. So now man felt very sad. He said, seeing his friend had done to him, he started to grumble. The animals in the nearby forest heard the noise and came to see what was the matter. So here we can see how nicely the writer has connected African policies and British policies. He has given representation in the nature of elephant to the nature of British rulers. And he has given the representation of innocent men of Africa with the character of a man here. Man was very much afraid, scared, and he started grumbling against the elephant. He said that he has helped the elephant in the time of need. But elephant said it has not taken any help from the man. Instead, he is helping the man. So man felt very sorrowful. His grumbling, hot arguments went on. By listening to that argument, the lion, king of the jungle, he came out. He inquired what is all going on there. The animals in the nearby forest heard the noise and came to say what was the matter. See, it's common factor. Wherever something arguments, hot arguments, fighting goes on, automatically all the persons will come and gather there to inquire what has happened, why such nuisance is going on. Here also same thing happened. All the jungle animals came there and they started inquiring for what purpose such a big confusion, such a big argument was going on. All stood around listening the heated argument between man and his friend. In this turmoil, the lion came along roaring and said in a loud voice, So when lion, king of jungle, came out in a usual tone of it started roaring. It asked what was going on there, why all of them had assembled in that spot. What is the argument? Between whom that argument is going on? And even the lion, king of jungle, is intending to ask the question whether this argument is for their own benefit or it is for the benefit of the whole forest area and the jungle animals. It said in a loud voice, "Don't you all know that I am the king of jungle?" He started representing his own place there. He started questioning all of them that whether they had an idea that lion is the king of jungle or not, whether they should seek the permission of the king of jungle to speak about the problem or to say their humble request to the king. How dare anyone disturb the peace of my kingdom? He scolded. He warned them that they are disturbing the peace of the jungle. He's telling that nobody should dare to talk in a loud voice in his province. He is not interested to ask any heated arguments. He is not interested to see that his subjects are quarreling among themselves. So he is not knowing any fact what has happened. He is not having any pre-knowledge about the area or about the argument or about the quarrel what was going on there. But simply he came out in as usually serious voice. He asked them. So in Africa, the same thing was going on. As we all know, when Britishers went on colonizing one after the other provinces, they came with the humble request only. First, when they came to that area, they came in a very, very, very requesting way. They'll go, they'll request for the place for trade, and when the ruler of that area agrees for it, once they get a little bit place for them for their existence, then slowly, step by step, they will acquire, they will conquer all the. In the same way, this elephant has done that work. What it has done, it requested the man in the name of friendship that he should give him a little place to take protection from heavy rain to only its trunk, not the whole parts of the body. Only trunk, yes, man agreed. Poor fellow, he was not knowing that elephant is going to acquire total his hut. He is not at all having the least bothering that one day this elephant will deceive him, one day this elephant will cheat him. So he agreed for the elephant to keep its trunk, to take protection from the rain. But what happened? As we say in Kannada, ಉಂಡು ಮನೆ ಗಳ ಎಣಿಸುವುದು ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇದು ಮನೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಹಂತ ಹಂತವಾಗಿ ಬಂದು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಗುಡಿಸಲನ್ನೇ ತನ್ನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮನುಷ್ಯನನ್ನೇ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ಗುಡಿಸಲ ಮನುಷ್ಯಂದು ಪಾಪ ಏನೋ ತನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಮಳೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ನೆನೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಟ್ರು. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ತನ್ನ ಸೊಂಡಿಲನ್ನೇ ಇಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಆದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತು, ಸೊಂಡಿಲ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ತನ್ನ ತಲೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂತು, ತನ್ನ ಹೋಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂತು, ಬರ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಮನುಷ್ಯನನ್ನೇ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್ಲಿ ಡಿಡ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಸಹ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ್ಸ್ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡನ್ನೇ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಅವಾಗಿನ ರೈಟರ್ಸಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ರೂಲರ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಬೇಜಾರಿತ್ತು. ಅವ್ರ ಕಲ್ಚರನ್ನು ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇರೋದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇವ್ರು ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ತಮ್ಮ ಸಿಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಈ ತರಹದ ಕಥೆಗಳ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಹೊರಹಾಕಿದ್ರು. ವಾಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಡಿಡ್, ದೇ said, they spread their disagreement with all such things among the people through the stories. These stories are in their local language, like Kittu. ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದ ಪ್ರಾಂತೀಯ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಬಂದರು, ಕಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಬಂದರು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ. ಅವರು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಹೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಹೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು ಅವುಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಥರದ ಕಥೆಗಳ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವು ಕೆನಾಟೋ ಅವಾಗ he was in ruling place at that time, and even today his grandson is also a ruler in Kenya. What he is telling, he is showing his disagreement with the British colonization. Elephants, how nicely they acquire. In the same way, these people, African people, started hating the Britishers. Britishers acquired them, then these people started hating them. That's why such a story is fable. Fable means the story having some moral point in them. Such a fables became very famous. Here also we see, and a man allowed the elephant, cheated him. Sorry, when a man allowed the elephant cheated him, and elephant said him to get out of the hut. He is not ready to allow the man to stay in the hut. Instead, elephant said, man himself is requesting the elephant to protect his hut from the hailstorm. ಅಂದರೆ ಭಯಂಕರ ಮಳೆಯಿಂದ ತನ್ನ ಗುಡಿಸಲೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತನ್ನನ್ನು ಕರೆದ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಿನಃ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಕಡೆಗೆ ತಾನೊಂದು ಸಹಾಯ ಬೇಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದ್ದ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ಮರೆಮಾಚಿ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ. ಇದು ಸಹ ಹೇಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನೇ ಆನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ಹಾಗೆ, ಆನೆಯ ಮುಖಾಂತರ, ಆನೆಯ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ರೈಟರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ he said in a very, replied in a soothing voice and said, my lord, there is no disturbance of peace in your kingdom. I have only been having a little discussion with my friend here. So very nicely, very humbly, and in a very requesting way, elephant said to the lion that he is not disturbing any peace in his kingdom. He has come there only to have a very soft discussion. So poor fellow lion, being the king of jungle, agreed, and he nicely ordered the elephant to appoint a commission of enquiry. What is this appointing of commission of enquiry? As we see in the society, all these are eyewash. No any commission of enquiry will give a good result, because Britishers used to turn all the points in their own favor. They are not favoring any native persons. Even in India also same thing happened. Wherever they colonized, everywhere they did the same thing. Same thing is represented here. That's why this European people have been represented in the form of animals, and local African innocent people have been represented in the form of innocent man. What happened after appointing the commission of enquiry, that I will explain to you in further coming classes.